at Redskins. In that game, Cowboys are favored by 6, according to Fox Bet. Dak Prescott coming off a career game, and Ezekiel Elliott saying he's finally ready to shoulder more action. For the Redskins, Adrian Peterson will be getting the start at running back after being a healthy scratch last week. Shannon, what's the final score of this one?
I got the Cowboys, Skip, and I think they'll win comfortably. I got the final score, 27-13. I'm expecting a lot more of Ezekiel Elliott. He got a couple of touches last week, but I think he'll be even better this week. I think the thing is, Skip, is that Washington, we saw what Dak did, but let's see if he can do it another time. So even though I still think they're going to stack the box, I think they'll make a concerted effort to try to hand Zeke the ball. Jonathan Allen, the big defensive lineman, sprained MCL, so he should have a little breathing room. You love that Cowboys offensive line. You believe they might be the best run blocking unit in all of football. Well, you got to be pretty good if you're running back two of the 3 years he's been in the league. He's led the league in rushing. In all 3 years, he's averaged more rush yards per game than any other back in those 3 years. So you got to be pretty good. 3 first-round draft picks would suggest that they're pretty good. And I think Connor Williams is the left guard.
Second, yeah.
He's the left. He's the second-round pick,
yeah.
right? And Lyle Collins had that controversy.
He would have been a
first-round pick.
Absolutely.
Because he's definitely a first-round talent. And they compensated him as such.
Maybe a top 10 talent.
You may be right, Skip. If you notice, Skip, when Philly got their running game going in the second half, they totally dominated the ball game. And even though Zeke didn't get a whole lot of carries, there were, I think 13 or 14 play-action passes that Dak attempted. 12 of those was to Zeke. You see the influence that he has on the game, even when he's not getting the football.
Really?
He's impacted.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't notice it.
I know you did. You didn't want to know.
I saw a different game.
So he wasn't faking the ball. Play action. He did something.
Nobody was buying Cabo Zeke. Nobody was scared.
Skip, you saw that. You saw Randall Cobb, Jarwin running scot-free after the fake the ball into Zeke's belly and pull up, he's wide open.
Shannon Jarwin, love it.
And plus, here's the thing. Washington also saw D-Jack get over the top of them. So now, hold on. Michael Gallup can run. He might not be D-Jack, but Dak will give him an opportunity to get deep. So I think this is a prime game in which Zeke could get his number. I can see Zeke getting 20. He might get 6 or 7 carries on the first drive. And then you get a couple of first downs, he's going to start eating. And so
what do you think? Zeke goes for 150 maybe?
Man, go ahead. Dak going to throw for 500 this week?
According to you, that's where you're headed.
No? I don't think he got 500 even.
I cannot tell you how much I hope you're right. And I cannot tell you how much I believe you are dead wrong about this. I'm going to say it again. Division rivalry, arch rivalry, blood rivalry, historical hate between these two franchises. Throw out the stats, throw out the records, especially when Dallas goes to Washington. Bad things can happen to Dallas. The game can be far closer than you think it should be. On paper, it looks like a mismatch. On the field, it'll look like a flat-out, down-to-the-wire battle. I've covered too many of them. I've grown up with too many of them. I know what happens, especially at Washington. I know what happened last year when I thought my team was better than their team. That was Alex Smith at quarterback. This is obviously Case Keenum at quarterback. But even with Alex Smith there, it went down to the wire. We got a bogus penalty. Can we see that? I just got to see it. It was an outrageous robbery. And this is what happens at Washington. They called my long snapper in his 14th season for fiddling with the football. You can fiddle. He wasn't moving it much.
You tipped it up.
He was just getting a grip on the football. You know it. And they all do it. Everybody does. And they say -5. And then Brett the Fret Maher, what does he do? He goes in from 5 more yards back to 52. It would have been 47. There's something in your mind about 47, you know, like I can make it, but once you get to 50-something, all of a sudden, I got to hit this a little harder, and it hooked a little harder left, and it hit the upright. And we went home with the L, 20-17, instead of going to overtime.
Should have been Mason Crosby.
Yeah.
He got it. He got his in for 56.
Yeah, he missed his share against everybody but Dallas. So the point is, my quarterback went full-on warrior in the fourth quarter. He threw for 120 and set them up to get to overtime, dug them out of a hole he helped dig, because he did have a sack fumble that got recovered for a touchdown early in the fourth quarter. But I'm just showing you what happened. And guess who the starting running back was last year at Washington for the Redskins? It was this guy named Adrian Peterson, who's back, believe it or not, in the starting lineup. And last year, he carried 24 times for 99 yards. That's pretty good, right?
Very good.
For an old man. Well, the old man hates the Cowboys because the old man, Adrian Peterson, grew up just down the road from Dallas in Palestine, Texas, a diehard Cowboys fan. And I think in his heart of hearts, he has a little bitterness that they've never made a move to acquire him, because at certain points,
especially as a free agent.
That's what I'm saying. Where you had you were open, you were there for the taking, and for whatever reason, they didn't call.
Nope.
And it irks him a little bit, and he likes to get a little even with the team he loves. And I don't doubt he'll get 100 and some yards. He just does, because he had some big games last year. He had 300 yards games last year.
Well, Skip, it was you guys. You remember Washington used to have this celebration. They called their receivers the Fun Bunch.
Yep.
And you
remember
they scored a touchdown on Dallas and Dennis Thurman.
My friend Dennis Thurman, he tried to break it up.
And that was end of the group celebrations.
Yeah.
Because the next, if I'm not mistaken, the next year they put in, you can no longer celebrate as a group.
Okay.
So, I mean, okay, they scored on you. But Skip, that was years ago. That was 30 years ago.
But hey, it's been happening. There have been evolutions and generations of this.
And Washington was better than you guys back then.
Yeah. Harvey Martin one year, this is going way back, but he got a funeral wreath sent to his locker before the game from somebody at Wash. I don't know who it was, and he was out of his mind. You know, like you're on your way to your own funeral.
Right.
Okay.
Skip, look, the Cowboys are a talented football team. They are one of the more talented football teams in all of football. You look at what their roster from top to bottom, littered with Pro Bowlers on both sides of the football.
Yep.
The question is, could their quarterback, can he play consistent enough, long enough, to get them to where you think they should be, which is in Miami for the Super Bowl? The question, another question, your coach, he's coaching for something now, Skip.
He is.
He doesn't have a safety net.
Okay.
It's either now or never.
They will win in spite of the coach.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
There you go.
And I do think they're going to win Sunday at Washington, but it's going to be very close. It's a 6-point spread, and I've got it 28-25 Cowboys. And the reason I'm giving 25 to the home team is because the home team scored 27 at Eagles.
That was the back door.
Okay, well, it's 4 quarters, and within the confines of 4 quarters of a National Football League game, Case Keenum's offense put up 27 points, and they were ahead 17-0 to start with. So if they can score 27 on the Eagles, I'm going to say they can score 25 on the Cowboys defense. And I'm going to be completely, maybe over harshly objective here. But what's happened the last 2 times I've seen my defense on the field? One was here in a playoff game at L.A. at the Coliseum, and we got literally run off the field. What was it, 230 rush yards?
273. But
273. I was thinking the first half. That's right, 273. And then I saw Eli Manning's offense put up almost 500 yards at Jerry World this past Sunday.
Oh, so
did I love that? No, I didn't love that. Do I love my defense yet? No, I don't.
Case Keenum, Eli. Case Keenum, Eli.
Okay, you know what Case Keenum is? He's like Fitzmagic. He's the gutty little battler who knows how to play.
Until he has to play, and you count on him to do something. As long as he comes in as a backup, can get you like 2 or 3 games, he's good. It's when you put him in there, you're like, okay, bro, you the starter for the season.
Well,
and that's when it...
He was the starter at Philadelphia, and he threw for 380 yards.
And he had 258 yards in those in the first half. So that means he had 122 the second half. Is that good? Can I interest you in that?
Boy, he scares me a lot more than Kirk Cousins did. He does. I'm just telling you the God's truth. I will sweat this game. I will not sleep well Saturday night into Sunday because of Case Keenum.
Easy cover.
Easy cover?
Easy cover.
Okay, give me 14 points.
No!
Why not? You just picked it 27-13. You know what? I'm up so many cases of Diet Dew. Just to prove a point to you, I will I won't root against my team, but I'll take 14 just so I can laugh at you on Monday when it's a close game.
No.
Well, then you don't have the courage of your conviction.
Yeah, hold on. Talk about
your score is 27-13. Give me 13 points. I'll take 13. 13 going once.
He's going twice. Gone. So I'm trying to figure. Help me understand this. You and I both picked the Cowboys to win, but now you want to bet me that they don't win by the number that I said they were.
I told you, I hope against hope that you're right about this. And if you're right, I would gladly, happily come in on Monday and concede. You won one case of Diet Mountain Dew. It's down to 41, okay? It would be worth it for me because the truth is I can't lose this bet. I can't lose. I finally decided.
They covering.
Okay.
They covering.
All right. But 13? Well, you're telling me I got this high-powered offense and Zeke, the freak, is going to freak on him, right?
And your guy, hold on, what about Wolf Hunter?
Yeah.
You got Jalen, and you say you need to see something from D-Law?
I do. I need to see something from all of them on defense. I haven't seen anything for 2 straight games, one last year, one this year. I'm not happy with that. I'm not convinced yet. I see the makings of. I know what happened late last year when they came together and they shut down Drew Brees, and then they I'm sorry to bring that up, but that was pretty special.
Don't they got Drew Brees in a couple weeks?
Fourth week. Yeah.
Okay, couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks.
Be a revenge game.
Okay. Well, for your guys, it's going to be a huge revenge.
Couple of weeks, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they got a revenge game at L.A. this Sunday.
Yeah, they got
That's a whole different kind of revenge.
They got a lot of revenge games.
I know. Well, I think that might just motivate them all year.
But Skip, if I'm Washington, I'm going to make Dak prove to me he can do what he did last week again.
All right. So you're making the case. Give me 13 points. Well, you saw what my offense did to the Giants.
I know.
And Jonathan Allen's out.
Yep.
Come on. Really?
That's why I said what I said.
Josh Norman, he can't run, right? He can cover, but he can get physical, but he can't run.
I don't like that matchup.
So he's going to be stuck on Amari or Michael Gallup.
That's not a good matchup. Amari, he's not a good matchup.
Give me 13.
I ain't gonna be able to do that, Skip. I wish I could help you.
I wish you hadn't wised up this year. You suddenly got shrewd.
Makes it not quite as much fun.
Because you always, I'm trying to figure out how you gonna bet. Okay, yeah, I got the Cowboys to win. Well, I bet you they don't win by this much. Who does that?
Well, once you established and went on the record with your score, then it's 14 points.
No.
So you'd give me 13.
I'm leaving a note for Jenny to make sure she knows. Shannon, you've got the Cowboys 27-13.
Yep.
Skip, you've got them 28-25.
25.
3 points versus 14 points.